You can be louder in the mic. There's audio.
Okay. Let's see. Got about 6 people in here. Probably get going, yeah? What do you think? All right. Let's get the mic a little closer in here. Make sure everybody can hear. Turn me up a little more.
Yeah. It's all the way.
All right. Hey, David. Hey, Andreas. Glad to see you guys in here. Can you guys hear me all right? How is this? It's our first time doing this, so we just want to make sure everything is on the up and up. So let's just start from the top. We got a couple really good questions here in the AMA channel on Discord. So, checkmate. Looks like he's asking, how will the community governance system be implemented? Still saying it's too quiet. Let's up it. Or hold the mic. Here. Hello.
Kiss the mic.
How's this? There's a delay, so I have to wait. Is that any better, guys? Well, we'll see.
What's his internal settings on the mic?
Okay.
It's fine.
It's low, dude.
Test. 1, 2, 3.
It's all the
You
way.
sure it's on?
To the computer.
Yeah.
It'll be better. That mic's not.
Let's just use the. Just use the laptop computer. I mean, mic.
Sure.
1 sec. We're gonna switch over.
Switched.
How's that? Any better? Sorry, guys. We're just getting this going. I've never done a live stream ever, so just working out these technical issues. Let's see.
Can't hear you straight up.
Okay.
I hear you fine.
Any well, we were using this mic here, and then we just started using the built-in mic because we thought it'd be better. My guy behind the camera saying he hears it fine. We're maxed out. Yeah, it's not going very high there. What about the bottom one?
That's that one.
Okay. That's really low.
Yeah. They're both pretty low.
Yeah, bear with us.
Yeah, just bear with me 1 second here, guys.
I should have pushed it all.
It was working. I swear. My AV guy here he's working it out, I promise. What about the mic settings on the actual computer?
There should be a
Try and go to sound.
up where.
It's like your input and your sound of the whole computer.
Apparently they can hear the guy behind the camera really well, but not the guy in front. So,
Dude, you go to
way to go.
input.
You know what?
See what you're on.
Dude.
I know what it is. They probably hear me through this.
How's that? Is that? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little better. Yeah. How's that? Oh, there we go. That sounds.
That's way louder.
That sounds a lot better. All right. There we go.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, turn it down now.
Okay, let's turn it down a little bit. We got it all set up. All right. So back to the matters at hand. So first question, how will the community governance system be implemented? So actually right now we're looking at a few solutions. Obviously, Dash has one that's pretty good. And we're working with some really excellent blockchain coders who have a lot of experience with governance systems and implementations in various blockchains. And I wish I could say more about that right now, but you know, things still being signed, etc. So what I can tell you is that it will probably be some form of what Dash has with some improvements. And we'd really like it to be as dynamic as possible, to be able to make changes within the network. But you know, that's going to take a lot of testing in order for you to literally vote on something and it happens right away. Of course, we'd love for that to happen in the future, but that's going to take some finagling, let's say. Okay, next question. Will the marketing be geared toward all demographics or more targeted toward specific ones? Well, that's a great question. And you know, our primary goal here is to achieve mainstream adoption, right? Which means that we really need to build a story around what we're doing. More than just one hyped thing after the next, we really would like to really paint a picture. And I'll get more into that because I've seen some questions about Heidi in here. So I'll get more into that in a little bit. But obviously we have the community that's here today and the crypto community, but really that's such a small subset of the world. I mean, I think it's less than 1% of the world's population even knows what Bitcoin is. And if you watched our video from yesterday, you can see most of the people on the streets have never heard of cryptocurrency or have a very vague concept of what it actually is. So that's going to take some education. To actually achieve mass adoption is going to take some serious work. But I think we have the team to do that. And third question from Checkmate is, how did the ideas for Divi come about? Over tacos, beer, just curious. You know, honestly, it started as a very small idea. We being the founding team, you know, we all loved cryptocurrency. I've been trading cryptocurrency for about 4 years now. And along with a lot of the other guys who started this with me, you know, we knew we wanted to create something in the industry, but we didn't really know what at first. So we started looking at what is wrong with cryptocurrency, what can be improved upon, and there's a lot. You know, it's such an infantile industry that there's so many opportunities to improve. And I see we saw a lot of companies out there doing really cool stuff, but it's like one company does this one thing and you use their coin to do that one thing. And then another company improves upon something else, but you have to use their coin. And all of a sudden you start feeling like you're carrying around like 100 gift cards for 100 different stores that you can only use them at those stores. And of course with the advent of atomic swaps, maybe that will change a little bit. But we felt that we could bring together a lot of these really incredible features that were being developed into one user-friendly experience. There's really not too many, if any, cryptocurrency companies focusing on the experience that the user has. A lot of them are so focused on being so high-tech that they forget that not everybody is high-tech. In fact, most people aren't. And we really wanted to approach it like a traditional tech company would and focus on the experience first with really solid technology backing it. And that's kind of how we started to develop the idea of the Divi project. Next question. What do we have here? Do you guys have plans to bring on any well-known retailers into the marketplace in the future, or is it mainly projected to be a peer-to-peer marketplace? Of course, we would love to bring on some bigger retailers. I've spoken to a few already. whose names I can't divulge, but nothing's been set in stone yet, nothing's solidified. We do have a couple businesses, small businesses, that are committed to taking Divi upon the launch of the integrations, marketplace integrations, and things like that. But also the peer-to-peer marketplace will exist too. The way I see it personally is sort of initially marketplace integrations like APIs, WordPress plugins, Shopify, those types of things initially. As we build out and gain trust in the e-commerce world, we can start to establish ourselves and spread out and get more of the bigger retailers and, of course, the physical retailers down the road. And will it be possible for purchases to remain completely private if a user chooses to do so with a peer? You know, I really don't have the best answer for that question right now. I would like to say yes, but because there is so many laws and regulations that we just don't know about yet, you know, this year could be an insane year for cryptocurrency, both obviously in the markets, but also in the federal governments of the world. We don't know what will be legal next year. So I don't want to promise too much with the peer-to-peer stuff yet, but continuing down the line here, are there any special features the team is planning on implementing that will make it more than just a marketplace? Private groups, private clubs? That's not necessarily something we've discussed, but because we have because we're going to be implementing this community governance, the first thing I talked about, anything's possible. You know, we're really trying to create a community-based coin. So if you guys have ideas and they sound good to us, reach out to us. Tell us what you think might be cool. We'd love to build technology that you guys love to use. And not many industries allow us or allow companies the opportunity to really do exactly what their community wants them to do. So please, you know, any ideas you guys have, please shoot them to me. Okay, and then we have J. Paul Wall. What kind of marketing is going to be implemented to help spread the word besides YouTube videos? And how is Tim Sanders involved in the project? Or how involved is he? So I'll answer the first part first, which is what kind of marketing is going to be implemented. So obviously, yeah, we have the YouTube videos. Next week, we are going to New York City to appear on 3 different broadcasts. That's going to be Cheddar TV, Tech Republic, and Bold TV. So look out for those. And we'll probably end up going on a couple other things while we're out there, podcasts and things of that nature, as well as some high-level meetings that are not marketing related. But so that's that. Of course, we'll also be going to conferences all over the country and the world, setting up booths. I'll be speaking at a couple of them. A lot of them are planned or in the works, so stay tuned for those types of announcements. And outside that, I do have one other marketing thing, but I'm going to wait until the end to announce that, and I think you guys are really going to like that. As far as Tim Sanders, he's very involved. I'm on the phone with him probably 2 times a week. He's very, very knowledgeable about startups. He's had, I think, something like 80 or 90% successful exits on the startups that he's worked with. So we're very excited to be working so closely with him. He's really become a mentor for me and teaching me how to communicate effectively, give speeches, because, you know, he's a pretty successful public speaker, along with the other achievements that he has earned. So yeah, to answer that question, he's right here with us basically every single day. Next question. Do you currently have any partnerships in place, perhaps NDA, in order to help facilitate your goal of having an online retailer in each of the major markets for launch? I kind of just answered that. as I said, you know, I've spoken to a few. Can't really talk about it too much. Nothing solidified, but we're it's obviously a huge goal of ours, and in my opinion, a necessity. What other projects has the dev team worked on? Anything open source that we can check out? You can definitely check us out on GitHub. My GitHub is just 99 Darwin. I haven't been on anything crazy, but I've built a few Ethereum dApps that you can check out. Davide, he's done some really great stuff. I don't remember his GitHub right off the top of my head, but you can find most of this stuff on our website. If you just go through our team, you'll see most of them have their GitHub linked on their LinkedIn. And we do have some new people coming on, but sorry, I can't announce any of that yet on this stream. What kind of goods should Divi holders be able to redeem for the token? I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. I'm assuming you mean like real world goods, and hopefully everything. Hopefully you can exchange Divi for anything in the real world eventually. That's our long-term goal. It's going to take some time to get there, so bear with us. But I promise you that that is a huge goal of ours, is to really make Divi a currency. And then after the DivX to Divi exchange, will the total market cap of Divi stay the same as DivX? I don't even know if that's possible to know. I'm sure there's guys on the chat that are smarter with the market analysis than I am. So I'm sorry I don't have a great answer on that one for you. Let's see here. Are you guys planning to launch a technical white paper explaining details about the currency, masternodes, etc.? Well, you can see our white paper on our website right now. It's translated in a few different languages. I know it's not as technical as you might be looking for, but you know, it should have enough information for you to get the concept. If you have any other questions, more technical questions about it, you feel free, please hit me up in DM on Discord or Telegram. I'm happy to answer any of those questions to the best of my ability. Are you planning to have some well-known names of the crypto community as ambassadors? I mean, we'd love to have anybody who's interested in Divi talk about it, or you know, we don't want shilling necessarily, which a lot of the coins do that, where they'll just, you know, they'll pay a big YouTuber or something to kind of shill the coin. We want organic growth. We want natural growth. We want people coming into the ecosystem that want to stake for masternodes and actually hold on to the coins. That being said, you know, going to these conferences around the country and around the world is one of the big goals of going to these things, is to network with the big crypto guys and just make our presence known. And, you know, from that, hopefully we can make some natural relationships with people. Do you consider Divi technology better than Pivx and Dash? That's a loaded question. I think that Dash is an amazing technology, and they pioneered what we're doing today, and Pivx as well. You know, we're using a lot of the technologies that they created. That being said, we're making a lot of innovations, not just on the masternode technology with the tiered masternodes, but also by implementing or including a more consumer-friendly aspect. You know, being a smart wallet. Of course, there's wallets for all these coins, but I think ours, if there's any technology that I can say will be better, it's the wallet. Panda asks when Lambo. Andreas says, will you be releasing any more plugins like the Divitopia extension for Chrome before Q2? Summer is still a long time away, so just curious about any product teases we might be coming out with. Not really. I want to improve on the Divitopia app, but we really need to use our development resources for the protocol and the smart wallet right now. If we have extra time, sure, we'll put out some cool little bonus like Easter egg technology, if you want to call it that. But for now, our primary focus is really just building the best possible cryptocurrency or blockchain technology that we can. Sigma says, when is Heidi Krupp going to start doing her thing? And what has she done so far? So during the crowd sale, Heidi put out a couple press releases for us. She was extremely helpful in getting us linked with a lot of contributors and bigger news outlets, or people that could get us onto bigger news outlets. So she's always working behind the scenes. Because Heidi is a PR person, her primary role is really to, like I was talking about in the beginning, build a story around Divi, right? So it's a long-term plan. You can't just pummel people with Facebook ads and expect them to understand what you're trying to do with your company. You have to really build and paint a picture of what you're doing. And Heidi's an expert with that. Sorry, we got a fire truck going by here. If that interferes a bit, I'm sorry. So yeah, Heidi's amazing. Actually, when we're in New York next week, we'll be meeting with her as well. And she was the one who got us on Cheddar and Tech Republic and Bold TV. And there's a lot more stuff coming too. So stay tuned for that. What else we got here? Is Ramez Nam going to publish his books on the marketplace? I don't know, maybe. Okay, what else we got here? How much money, VC, etc., did you raise excluding ICO? How long will the coffers last for ongoing development and expenses? Well, our crowd sale raised, it ended up being about $3.5 million in Ether. We don't have any VC funding or institutional funding. It was all, private contributors. So, and our development timeline and expenses look great. I mean, obviously the market's doing well too, which helps. So, I think we'll be really solid as far as that goes. What sort of steps can be taken to prevent fraud, e.g., someone pretending to be someone else? I'm assuming you're talking about with the name masking technology. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's something that we talk about a lot, actually, especially as we go through the scoping process here over these past few weeks, as we're really hammering down how we're going to build some of these features, specifically the name masking. And there's a few different methods that can be used. But really, I think what we'll do is, and this is something that can be changed based on community governance, of course. But my idea, in my head, it would work where you can only make one name every so often, right? So say it's every 28 or 24 or 48 hours, and then we'll have levels of verification, much like you do on apps like Blockstack. You guys are familiar with Blockstack. If not, check them out. Where you can connect your account to various other accounts to show that it really is you. And without those levels of verification, you know that may be someone who's not who they say they are. What else we got here? Is it a concern that Divi could become a digital gold that people don't want to spend because of expected volatility? E.g., if it fluctuates between 50 and 5. Right, okay. So, yeah, price fluctuations are obviously a concern when it comes to building something that you want to be an actual currency. I get this question all the time. And really the answer is, it's hard to know, but the best thing we can do is, get to a level of stability and decide as a community that this is what we want to do. Obviously, we can't control people trying to manipulate the price. But if you look right now on the market, there's only, you know, at any given time, like 5% of coins available. That means the community we're building is holding on and really hoarding the coins, waiting for the masternodes and to stake. I think that it's pretty remarkable, number one, because I've never seen that in the 4 years I've traded cryptocurrency. And number two, it shows that in cultivating a culture within the company, we can actually build something that everyone communally agrees on. Again, time will tell, but you know, that's one major way that we will try to control the, not control, but handle price fluctuations and volatility. And I mean, at some point, we're just gonna have to all decide, like, is it high enough? You know, are we good? Let's start using it. You know, let's use it in the real world for what it's for. How's development going? What do you find the greatest challenges, or find to be the greatest challenges you are facing? Okay, development's going really well. Number one, it's a lot of work. Right now, we're really just writing a lot of documentation, planning, hiring devs, and making sure that this next sprint is the most successful it can possibly be and the most perfectly planned out. Because it is, in development terms, it's a short period of time between now and 2Q, right? So we need every gear to be oiled perfectly so we can function as a unit. And I think that we are executing on that very well. The greatest challenges we're facing, I mean, initially it was finding really, really experienced blockchain devs, because there's just not many people developing for blockchain. There's plenty of C++ guys out there, there's plenty of Python guys, I mean, but there's not many people that have worked with blockchains, and that's what we were searching for mostly. I mean, we have a couple guys on the team who have good experience, but the new hires that we're bringing in, you guys are really gonna like them, and they've really elevated our ability to produce in such a major way. When Binance, I'm not gonna comment on any exchanges right now. What's the closest competitive coin out there to Divi, in your opinion? It's a good question. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of, like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of coins out there that do a lot of the things that we are doing individually, right? So I think really what we're trying to do is take a lot of those great ideas, like I said before, is take a lot of these great ideas, combine them, and give an experience that anyone can use. So although our focus is obviously on technology, I think even more of a focus is on that experience that you're going to inevitably receive. Closest competitor, though, if you want a coin name, I don't know. Obviously, Dash is up there because of the master nodes, but we have tiered master nodes. It's also, Dash is pretty inaccessible at this point. For the average person, unless you have $1.5 million or whatever to get in and start staking for a masternode there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk competitors too much. There's a lot of great coins out there. Let's keep looking down here. Okay, so Sigma asks again, is there going to be an alpha release for test or mainnet? And where we need testers? If yes, when? There will be a pretty extensive testing process that we'll go through. A lot of it will be contracted out to companies that do this professionally to make sure that there's no security flaws and that all the code is on the up and up and works flawlessly. That being said, I'm not going to say we're not going to do community testing. I think that'd be a really great idea and a lot of fun for people. But I can't confirm that right now. So, sorry. What else we got here? Are there any plans on how you will achieve the scalability needed for mass adoption? It's a question from Daz. You know, we're doing a few things in implementing a few technologies that are kind of just budding now to make sure that you know, transactional scalability is a realistic possibility. I mean, we've seen on some of the other coins how when the network gets clogged, everything is just slowed down. And it's not realistic for real world transactions. Someone like Visa can process thousands and thousands of transactions in a second. So yes, we do have plans for scalability, and we're using some of the most cutting edge technology like time hash locked codes. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a thing from my AV guy. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of technology, and that's where these blockchain experts come in, because they're on the forefront of all of this stuff, and they're working with some of the bigger companies, so they know exactly what to use. And again, because it's kind of early stages of development, I don't want to start saying technologies that we're using just because things change during development, and you know, I don't want to let anyone down. Let's see what else we got here. Here's a good one. AJ Crypto says, is Divi still focused on being quantum computing resistant? Are there plans to develop protection? Yes, definitely. We'll be using quantum resistant ledgers, and any other quantum resistant technology that comes out, we will be right on top of. I love Tangle technology, but I don't think that it's ready for what we're trying to do yet. But maybe in the future, we'll see. Is Divi willing to be compliant to governments about cryptocurrency, tax tracking as an example? We may not have a choice soon. It's hard to say what will come in the next year, like I was saying before. So I wish I had a better answer for you on that. But we will have to comply if the government makes us comply. You know, I'm not going to break the law. I'm not going to break the law to run this. So, you know, I want to make that clear. Are we planning to open any remote or main offices in any other countries? If so, which one? I mean, not at the moment, but who knows what the future will hold. Okay, let's check out some of the YouTube comments. I hope I'm not too loud, guys. I don't know if that ever got fixed. For now, oh yeah, that's not a question, that's just a comment. I did see something about the supply. Are you not worried that the total supply will be too low for mass adoption? Buying something for 0.0001341 Divi in a few years' time doesn't seem too user-friendly in the long run. It's something that we've definitely considered, and it's something that ultimately will come down to what the community wants. You know, in our white paper, it says that the DivX to Divi transition will be 1-to-1. That if it comes down to it, and everyone feels that should change, then we're happy to change that. Whether that means we do 1-to-1.5, 1-to-5, 1-to-10, whatever makes the most sense in terms of, like you say here, mass adoption. Obviously, liquidity is a big deal, and you're right. Paying 0.0001341 Divi for something, it seems a little bit ridiculous. What else we got here? Biggest hurdle for mainstream adoption is difficulty around fiat to crypto. Will Divi have any options for this, or will users have to purchase on an exchange? Current exchanges scare most everyday people. That's definitely true, and definitely something, again, that we consider on a daily basis. It is in the plans to create onboarding and offboarding within our ecosystem. There are some legal hurdles to cross before we do that, but we have the right connections within the right industries to do this. But we have to wait till the time is right to make those relationships come to fruition. But I agree. The exchanges are crazy. It's too much. You got to get Bitcoin here, and then you're going over there, and you exchange the Bitcoin for something else, and then you got to send it away from these. Too much. Too much for a noob, right? Let's see if we got anything else here. Nothing really else here. Oh, Scott. Hey, Scott. How's it going? Can we do anything as investors and early adopters to help the Divi project? You guys are doing it right now. By hopping on this live stream, by spreading the word, by communicating with us, telling us your questions, concerns, comments in the Discord, in the Telegram channels, on Reddit, and all those places, you know, that's what you can do. You know, just keep spreading the word and keep helping us improve. You know, we don't have all the answers necessarily. You know, we do this as a community. There's a reason that decentralized companies are so popular, right? It's because how tired of the big corporations are you? You can't get on the phone with someone most of the time. Most of the time, you know, best you get is a AI for on their website and their live chat, which is unacceptable, in my opinion. So, yeah, you guys are amazing. Just keep it up. What Wombat says, can we get a Divi office pupper? I actually just got a dog for Christmas, so I'll bring him in. Yeah. Okay, Andres, you got me. I'll talk about bounties. Yes, there is a bounty program. It's launching today. It could launch right now. If Halbert, you around? If you're out there, Halbert, post it on Reddit. Let's go. Drop it. So the bounty program is basically going to offer people Divi for posting on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Bitcoin Talk, etc. But we also wanted to add an additional incentive for anybody that makes videos. So if you put a video on YouTube and it's, you know, it's solid, high quality, and you know, gets a little bit of attention. You don't have to have 100,000 subscribers, but you know, if no one sees it, you know, we'll consider the payouts based on that criteria. And all of the information and details about the bounty program will be on Reddit. Hopefully, like pretty much right now or after the live stream ends. And we'll also put it on Bitcoin Talk a little later today. We're just waiting on some graphics for that. So yeah, I really hope you guys all participate in the bounties. I think it's going to be a really fun way to get everybody engaged and involved, and get more people talking about Divi. Let's see. Harry says, how are you going to prevent that all Divi is stuck in master nodes, causing a lack of actual usage of the currency? Well, the master nodes help you earn Divi, right? So the idea, at least in my head, is that you have your master node that's earning the Divi passively, and then maybe you spend that Divi in the real world, the Divi that you earn from your node. Tristan, hey, how's it going? All the way in the Philippines. Tristan was our guy that did the spaghetti project. If you guys didn't see that, it's on our YouTube. Really, really good guy. He actually on Christmas Day made a bunch of spaghetti and went out in his town in the Philippines and just gave a bunch of spaghetti to some of the children in town. And he was wearing the Divi shirt and everything. It was really cool, really a nice thing to do. So, what's up, Tristan? Yeah. So, anybody else? If you guys have any other questions, feel free to throw them in the comments or on the AMA channel on Discord. And if you're not on Discord, I'll post the link right here. There it is in the comments. Hopefully you guys get that. Yeah, I'll give like another 3 minutes for questions, and if nothing comes through, win Mars. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming out for this today, and we'll do this again next week. If you guys have any feedback for me, if I was too boring or whatever, let me know. You can let me have it. I don't get insulted by anything. You guys can just destroy me. I don't care. If you're following in the AMA channel, Kalani's trying to be a funny guy. How much did I lose in weight during the crowd sale? I don't even know. I got so out of shape during that whole thing. I don't think I slept for more than like 12 hours for like 2 months. No, I'm kidding. You guys are funny. I love you guys so much. You guys have really been such an amazing community. Seriously, like I've been in a lot of crypto communities on Discord and on Slack and of course on Reddit and all over the place. And I've never seen a community that's just so like together, you know? Like I don't see a lot of FUD. I don't see a lot of bashing of each other or flaming, whatever you want to call it. It just seems like a really positive community that that just really wants this to succeed. And that to me is just like a dream come true. And you guys have really like changed my life. So I want to thank you guys for that. So if that's all we got for the day, I guess I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys on Friday for the weekly recap, and then we'll probably do some live streaming from New York when we're there next week, if I don't freeze to death. So cool. All right, guys, have a good day.